Anything further on this matter? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, item number 132. It's a report back on the total cost citywide associated with supporting video conferencing during council meetings, and if those costs could be shifted and used to fund the communications electrician positions. We did an analysis of how much is spent for these two remote locations, and in total it's about $45,997. A portion of these costs, $20,000, could be transferred to the general fund and reprogrammed for another purpose, and then it would also allow for some resources that are incurred by ITA and GSD police to be shifted to other priorities.
So a couple of questions on the data that's contained in this. First of all, 20 speakers utilized the remote San Pedro facility over the course of an entire year. Okay. And the number given for the Valley is 419, but was any effort made to distinguish, how many distinct people that made up? Or was that simply the number of times that a person submitted a card for comment?
Councilman Mark Wolf with ITA. That is not the number of unique visitors, but it's the number of times that the service was used. I would say that in general, just from my experience in viewing the meetings, that there's probably a core of maybe 12 people that, in total that utilize
who
the
make
service.
up the vast majority of those 419 speaker cards.
That is correct.
Okay. Mr. Englander.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I want to compliment all those who have been able to utilize the system. The idea of bringing technology and communications, things that are out there every day, to make it easier for people to speak, to show up, to participate in their local government, so they don't have to take an entire day off work, or they don't have to drive all the way downtown and look for parking. That was the idea and the concept behind it. And it was, in fact, my predecessor, Councilman Greg Smith, who came up with the concept and fought hard for the implementation. And I think it was a tremendous success. I don't believe that it was utilized to the extent that it could have been or should be. I'm saying could have been because I'm going to make a move that we end the program not because of the lack of participation, not because I think if we actually promote it more and we asked everybody to put it in their newsletters and we started advertising and pushing it hard again, we could hopefully get more people to participate. But right now, when every dollar counts, right now when we're looking to staff and fund critical services, and we're talking about eliminating jobs, critical jobs, mechanics that work on fire trucks. We just got done with that discussion. This is not the time to continue funding, whether it's $45,000, $280,000 for the fire department to advertise firefighters when they have 17,000 applications on hand. We're going to get to that. And that makes no sense to me. And this is money that could be used. I'd like to see this money go back to the general fund, but then come back with the idea of putting it towards something that includes something to help citizens and services. So perhaps 311, where it could really have an impact. To spend $45,000 more on 311, where we're cutting their hours, where we're saying one call to City Hall, one call does it all, report everything you see, report and reach out if you see a pothole or you need a tree trimmed so we can track that. All of those things. So I'd like it to stay with ITA. I'd like it to go to 311, would be my proposal. And so we can actually reach more people than maybe just the 12 or 15 or even 20 people that are utilizing this, where $45,000 can go a long way to reach tens of thousands of people and have them participate more in government.
And I think 311 is an excellent suggestion because every citizen of Los Angeles can take advantage of the accessibility of their city government through 311. But there may be some other ideas as well. We've been working on different ways to create more accessibility of government through the use of technology. And I think maybe a slightly broader look at this to see where can we best utilize that funding, whether it's 311, which I think is an excellent suggestion, or support for other means of technology, some of our iPhone applications and other sort of support things that we've been trying to do to make the city government more accessible to people. Let's take a look at that and see what suggestions we can get back. I'd be inclined to support the 311 concept, but I think it's appropriate to look at some of the other options as well. Mr. Kretz.
Yeah, I would add that I thought when this was implemented that it would be a terrific idea. As a practical matter, I think human nature may defeat it a little bit, even if we publicized and encouraged it. We do get the 10 or so people that like to tell us what their opinions are on a regular basis, and we make it easier for them. I don't think we would have done this for 10 people. The fact is, when people want to really come here and be heard on something important, they come here. They may be out in Chatsworth, but they know if they have a lien on their property, they should come here. And if there's an important policy decision that we're making, people tend to want to be here and feel that there's more interaction and they're actually heard. So even though it seemed like a great idea, I don't think the actualization of it is worth the present cost. And when we're as tight as we are financially, I think we could probably find a better place to put that money.
I couldn't agree with you more, Mr. Kretz. And in fact, there's another opportunity because we do continue to have regular meetings in the Valley as well. So if people do feel the need to come to Van Nuys City Hall and address the council directly, they have that opportunity on a monthly basis as well. Mr. England.
I want to amend my recommendation, and rather than come back, if I could get support by this committee, oftentimes, it was a wise man that once said around about these committees that we spend more time talking about the least. And when I say that, I mean the least amount of dollars, not significant issues, because this is an important issue. But at the end of the day, there's roughly 25 grand of this we can't touch anyway because it's going to the OPS officer who's going to be redeployed. But the other $21,000, I would recommend that we, after the long discussion that Mr. Rosendahl just led with, that we put it back into the public access channel, and perhaps there's equipment. I'm sure there's equipment or something they need upgraded there at the station, something they have to buy. There's a guarantee, and they're always coming with requests for equipment and things that they need. And so I would recommend that we support Mr. Rosendahl's effort in that, and because we reach a lot of people with public access and information.
Well,
thank you very much for that.
Since it's my strong recommendation that we not begin casting votes on individual decisions like that at this point, why don't we consider that among those proposals that the CLA will report back when we're given options to vote upon next week as well then. Good suggestion. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes ITA. We have 3